Hi, I'm Dr. Raymond Yu, an orthopaedic surgeon with extensive experience in treating shoulder injuries. And today I'd like to talk to you about rotator cuff tears, which is a common injury that can cause pain and limited range of motion in the shoulder. And what is a rotator cuff tear? Well, first of all, the rotator cuff is a group of muscles and tendons that start from the shoulder blade and extend across to attach to the upper arm bone called the humerus. And a rotator cuff tear occurs when one or more of these tendons are torn, either partially or completely. And it's like a rubber band that snaps and pulls off the bone. Rotator cuff tears can be caused by trauma, overuse, or degeneration with age. The symptoms of a rotator cuff tear can vary depending on the severity of the tear and how long this tear has been present for. And common symptoms include pain in the shoulder, weakness when trying to lift or rotate the arm, and sometimes a clicking or popping sound when trying to move the shoulder. And if you have any of these symptoms, it's important to seek medical attention from an orthopaedic surgeon who specialises in shoulder injuries. To diagnose a rotator cuff tear, your orthopaedic surgeon will perform a physical examination and may order some imaging tests, including an MRI or ultrasound and an X-ray. And these tests can help determine the extent of the tear and then guide the appropriate treatment plan. And treatment options for rotator cuff tear depend on the severity of the tear and your overall health. And mild tears might be treated with rest, ice and physiotherapy to help strengthen the surrounding muscles and to also reduce pain. And more severe tears may require surgery to repair the torn tendon back to the bone. And so your surgeon will discuss the best treatment plan for your individual needs and situation. In conclusion, rotator cuff tears are a common injury for a complex joint that can cause pain, stiffness and limited function in the shoulder. And it's important to seek medical attention from an orthopaedic surgeon who specialises in shoulder injuries if you're experiencing any symptoms of a rotator cuff tear. With proper and early diagnosis and treatment, most patients can achieve successful outcomes and regain full function of their shoulder. Thank you for listening. If you have any further questions, please reach out to our clinic and I look forward to hearing from you soon.